Dear students, welcome to Sia's digital classes. Today's concept is bar diagram. So in this three types of bar diagrams, let us deal today. So that is your percentage bar diagram and multiple bar diagram, deviation bar diagram. So first let us go with percentage bar diagram. So percentage bar diagram, nothing but we'll do percentages to the data and that particular overall percentages expressed through a graph. So definitely we need to find out the percentages. Now let us check it out with an example. So here draw a suitable diagram for the given data. So some items of expenditure, family A for family B they have given, means some family their expenditure, monthly expenditure will make a count that how many amount we have spent for particular goods and all, right, like that they have given an example here about some family A expenditure and family B expenditure. So check it out what the data they have given: food, clothing, rent, education, miscellaneous, some other things whatever you are going to buy. So on this they have given their expenditure, like family A has spent for food they have spent for 150 rupees, something like that. So for such type of data, whenever we want to compare the things, like maybe this is for entire month they have taken all the amount to spend on that particular thing, so they want overall percentage over there. So if they don't mention which diagram also, by looking at the data we can come to know that it is about some family and they want to spend some amount on particular goods. So overall idea to get how many they have spent or how much they need to save over there they want to know, means definitely we have to go for percentages. So based on percentages we'll come to know, right, how the expenditure is going on. So we can go for percentage bar diagram to this particular data. So let us do percentages first. Without doing percentages we can't represent percentage bar, right? So it's a rectangular bars we have to represent anyhow, but through percentages, by using percentage we have to represent that particular rectangle bars. Now let us check it out here how to do. So family A, food, first column food, clothing, rent, that same copy as it is, and then go for family A data. So this is a given data, that becomes a second column. Now add up all the values, means whatever the amount they spend on each good, that entirely you add up and you have got the total as 338. Now generally how we'll do percentage, the same formula, whatever the expenditure we have spent for single, that should be divided by overall into 100. Like how you'll do the marks percentage, the same thing. First subject whatever you got divided by overall all the subjects total into 100, right? The same thing here also, the regular percentage formula itself. So do the totals of the family entire data whatever you have, go for adding, add up all the data and divide that particular data to each and every value. Okay, so 150 divided by 338, that is overall total, into 100, you will get a percentage, that is 44.38% we got. So that is your first percentage for family A. Now go for second percentage, take the clothing value, that is 38, divided by overall value 338 into 100, you'll get some answer. Similarly go for next all 56, 24, 70, go for it and get some percentages. Okay, then go for cumulative percentages. Cumulative percentages in the sense cumulatives, adding one to another, so that overall entire 100% will get overall bar you can do and we can divide that. So definitely we need to go for cumulative percentage. Now how to calculate cumulative percentages? I said adding to one another, right? So first value carry on as it is, that is first value from percentage or family percentage column, 44.38, write down as it is here. First value becomes the same, that first value add up to the second value in the percentage. So what you have over there, 11.24. So 44.38 plus 11.24. So that becomes 55.62. So simply adding one to another, you will get overall percentage, 100% you will get back. So what you got here, 55.62. Now 55.62 you have to add up to the next value, that is your 16.54. So 55.62 plus 16.54, 57 goes to 72.19. So like that you have to add up the cumulatives to the next value of the percentages. So 72 add up to the next value 72.19 plus 7.10 goes to 79.29, like that. Go for the next value, add up to the next value, finally you will get 100%. So 100% overall, because you have add up all the percentages, right? Definitely the last value becomes a 100%. Now similarly, let us calculate for family B. Same thing again. Family B, whatever values they have given in the question, simply add up all the values, you'll get a total. That is your 753 you got. That total you have to divide for each and every value, and into 100 you have to do. So 350 divided by 753 into 100, you got some answer. Similarly, go for all other values, divide it and multiply with 100. You go on doing, you'll get some percentages over there. So now let us go for cumulative percentages. Again same concept, first value carry on as it is, 46.84 carry on first value to the cumulatives. That value you have to add up to the next value of the frequencies. Again what you have, 46.48 plus next value in the percentages that you got, 15.94. Add up, you'll get as 62.42. That value add up to the next value, that is 62.42 plus 15.94. You'll get the next value. Similarly, that value to the next, that value to the next, like that until you'll get the last value. Last value, obviously, you'll get again 100%. Check it out. That is like verification also, you can check it out. Last value always becomes 100% because we are adding up the percentages. So finally the last value goes to 100%. Now let us go for the plotting of the graph. So what you have here, simply I have carried on the values, cumulative percentages of A, that is this column, and the last column for B, so that plotting will be easier for us. For that I have carry on values again to side of the graph. So generally for your exam you can go on with the just to make a chart, and under that you can go on for the plotting. So here to make you understand properly, so I have carried values here, columns again I have wrote here the answer so that I can plot here properly. So family A, family B, again on the x-axis we have to write. So family A, family B, one bar, big bar you have to consider for percentages so that you can understand the division properly. Till now we used to take one single bar we used to take, right? There also you can take big bars, but particularly for percentages, if you take a big bar, we'll be dividing the data more times, we'll be dividing, so it will be clear to understand. So what you do is make a big bar, two bars together, make a big bar. So for family A, I have taken this one, 100% you have to take anyhow. So what we have to do on the y-axis, simply 10, 20, 30, 40 like that, go on taking up to 100%. So check it out how I have taken with equal intervals, that is 10 to 20, 20 to 30 I have jumped, and I have taken 0 to 10, 10 to 20 up to 100. Now let us go for plotting of the first family A data. So up to 100% make a bar, 100 up to big bar you make. Now let us divide the data. What is the first value you have? 44.38, right? So above 40, just count 4 lines and make a line over there. So that is for food. So we have wrote here, check it out, food, that is 44.38%. Next, what we have to plot, the next value is 55.62 we have. So above 40, you have to go on, that is 50 you have here, 50.62, 50.6 somewhere you can check it out, means 55, the small line will be, the above that 55 somewhere it will fall. So make a line over there, and then next value 72.19 you have, go for it, above 70, count 2 lines or 3 lines and make a line over there. That becomes your next value, that is your rent. Then go for the next value again, that is 79.29. So somewhere below 80 you'll get a line. So that is how we'll go for the next 100%, remaining goes to 100%, the bar itself. So now let us write down the data also here. First empty bar I have considered, that becomes your food. First one. Second bar with some dots I have considered, that becomes your clothing, that is your 55.62. Then go for the next remaining with the slanting lines I have plotted, that is 79.29, that is for rent, then for education, and finally for miscellaneous remaining items. So this is how we'll plot the percentage bar diagram. Now let us go for family B. Same as it is, you have to draw up to 100%, make a big bar. Now let us divide the bars. That is, first value I have 46.48. So somewhere it will fall above 45, somewhere here it will be. So make a line over there, and first box again make it empty one, means whatever the first family A bar you have done, the same shading you have to do for family B also. It should be similar because the same family A is spending for food, family B also spending for food, that amount. So yeah, it should resemble the same. So I have taken empty box for food. Then go for clothing. So what is the amount we have? 62.42. So somewhere above, just above to 60, count to 61, 62 and make a line. We make a dots over there because we have shaded with the dots before for clothing. Here also shade with some dots. So that becomes a clothing. Next to go for the slanting lines, for that is 78.36. Then go for 87.39. So plot it. 78.36, somewhere above 70 and just below to 80, somewhere you'll get the line, this one. So that one you'll get for rent. So share it with slanting lines. Then 87.39, above, somewhere above 80, below, just below to 90, somewhere 87 will come. So take a line, and here straight lines I have shaded here for education, and finally miscellaneous with some tilted lines. So like that, we can, shading is up to you, whatever, but it should appear neatly for the person who is checking out the graph, like this is for food, this is for clothing, this is for rent. It should appear neatly. So shade in such a way, whatever you want to, you can shade, but it should appear neatly. So that is how we'll shade it. So here we have done with percentage bar diagram. Next is scaling, also the same. The scale also you have to write, I said, right? So sidewise to the right side, just write on scale. That is x-axis. We have considered as family A, family B. So simply write on x-axis is equal to family, and y-axis, how many centimeters we have jumped, that we have to write. That is 10 units I have considered. So 1 centimeter is equal to 10 units. And write on the titles as usual. Original title, what you have, percentage bar diagram, keep a title. For x-axis and for y-axis also you can give the titles whatever the in question they have given. So family A, family B, so at that one, and expenditure to the other side, you can write it out the titles also. So this is how percentage bar diagram is done. Now let us go for the next diagram, that is your multiple bar diagram. So title itself is multiple. Multiple means different bars you will get. The same rectangular bars, but sidewise you will be getting. So whenever data will be of same related data, but again it has got its own importance, then we have to draw a separate bars, not dividing the same bar. Here each and every data has got equal importance, but that all related to the same data again. So that there we have to go for multiple bar diagram. So now let us check it out how that goes on with an example. So draw a suitable diagram to the following data. So representing placements in higher educational institutions. So they have got some students here, they want the placements, or they got the placements in some higher educational institutions. They have done some degree, they want to join for MBA, MCA, like that. So here some arts students and science students and commerce students they have given. In the sense they have joined for some PG level. So that data they have given here. So check it out here, all are students, right? So all the students has been joined in particular different educational institutions, that is arts side, science side and commerce side. So such a type of data, it has got its own importance. I can't draw a single bar in that, I can't divide this is arts, this is science, like that. So I need multiple bars. So students, but different subjects they are going through. So separate bars for each data. So there it comes a topic of multiple diagrams. So let us go how to draw the bar diagrams in a graph, that is multiple bars in a graph paper. So take a graph paper again. Now check it out, years, whatever the first column you have, years column. So years, you just write down the years on the x-axis as usual, and the y-axis again we have to check it out the interval, equal intervals you have to consider. So least and the highest values, let us check it out here from all the three columns, because all the three columns separate bars will be drawing, right? So all the three columns, least and the highest, to check it out. So in first column I've got some 360 as the highest, and in second column it is all below 360 itself. So next third column also all below 360 only we have. So now let us check it out the least value. Least in this I have got some 260, and in the second column I've got some 75. Third column I have some 68 is the least. So our range should be in between some 60 to 360. So what the range we can consider? Let us jump for 50-50 difference. So it will be, bars will be neatly we can consider. So I am taking from 0 to 50, then 50 to 100, 50-50 difference. So like that up to some 450. Up to 400 it's enough. It's a little bit more, up to 450 I have considered. So intervals, whatever you want to consider based on the data, check it out the least and the highest. In between equal intervals you have to consider. Okay. Now let us plot the multiple bar diagram. First what we have for arts, first value we have as 260. So make a bar with 260. Simple bar diagram will do, right? The simple bar diagram itself. So check it out. 2015 for 3 bars together. 2015 you have to represent for first bar. Make first box, whatever the dark box will appear in the graph paper. So take that one as a first bar up to 260. So from 0 to somewhere 260 means above 250. One small box, you just take it out and make a rectangle box here. Okay, so that is how we'll consider first bar. Then go for the second one. What you have here for science students, I have 85. So above 50 somewhere you'll get 85. So make a bar attached to the first bar. So by attaching to the first bar you have to draw the second bar. First bar like this you have done regularly, like in simple bar you'll draw, no? Now in the second bar again like this you have to draw. With the attached to the first bar, second bar you have to draw. Now check it out in third commerce students has got 125. So make a attached bar up to 125. Check it out here, 125 above 100 somewhere you'll get. So just make a bar attached to the second bar. That is how we'll make the multiple bar diagram. Beside first diagram, then attached to that second one, then attached to that the third one. Some more is there means attached to that fourth one. So like that we'll do multiple. Multiple means side by side. You have to go on drawing the bar diagrams. Now shading again, it's up to you. It should appear good for the person who is correcting or person who wants to understand your graph. So slanting lines, dots, or whatever shading you want to, you can go on. So here slanting lines and some small dots I have considered. So similarly you can take any, and it should be shading should be the same. First one, whatever bar you have shaded, arts students bar, the same should go on for the science students bar, because it's the first bar. So like that you have to go on shading. Okay, next for arts students, let us go for the second bar now. For 2016 year, so 2016 art students we have as 280 first bar. So take data above 250 somewhere it will fall. So take a first bar. You have to maintain some gap for 2015 and 2016. Some empty space you have to keep, so that separately for 2015, separately for 2016 you can check the difference. So this is how I have taken next bar. For arts students I have done. Next go for science students, that is 120 I have attached to the first bar. Make 120 somewhere above 100 you'll get 120 and make a bar to that. Again next value I have as 135. So check it out above 100 again, just raise that 120 bar above and plot 135. This is how you'll get the second multiple bar for 2016 year. So like that go for 2017, 18 also all the values and make a multiple bar diagram for the entire data. So this is how we'll do the multiple bar diagram. Now let us go for the next diagram, that is deviation bar diagram. Deviation mostly will be using whenever we want to show net quantities, means overall whether we got profit or whether we got loss, that entire difference you can check it out through the graph itself. So whenever situations like imports, exports, you have overall loss or profit you got, you want to check it out, then definitely go for deviation graph. So it will appear very neatly. It will show how the loss or profit are going in the particular business. So let us check it out that with a example. So we have as an example again some years they have given, their exports and imports they have given. For that, let us do the deviation graph. So check it out how to do. To do the deviation, we have to take the difference of the data. So first what we have done here is exports value, whatever you got 30, that minus the second value, imports value you have to do, because both together only, if you get the difference, then only we'll get his profits or losses. So balance of trade I have taken as a heading, and I have subtracted both the values so that I can get the difference and I can show how the business is going on. So 30 minus 10, that goes to 20, then 120 minus 90, that goes to 30, like that. Go on doing each value from exports, subtract for imports, and get the answers over there. So here negative values also you can get. So next value, check it out, 90 minus 100 I've got, so that is your minus 10. So like that, negative values also you'll get in deviation graph. Now let us go for plotting that graph. So what we have here, so how to divide the graph is, in between you draw the x-axis. Always we'll draw to the last line, last but one line we'll take the x-axis, right? But here in between graph you have to start plotting x-axis, because we have negative values also to do, right? So in between I have taken x-axis. X-axis again years itself, but upside and downside I'll make the bar, so that between I have taken one line as x-axis. X-axis same, consider the years. To maintain the gap, from 2010 I have taken 2010, then 2011, 12 up to 2016. So all the years I have taken on x-axis. Now let us plot for y-axis. The last column, whatever the subtractions we have done, right, that you have to plot as a bar. So that is on y-axis you have to take that data. Again the same rule, least and the highest values to check it out in the data to maintain the equal interval. So here mostly 10 difference you got in the last column. So I'm taking 10 difference, 0 to 10, 10 to 20, 20 to 30, upside, downside, negative also I require. So downside minus 10, minus 20, minus 30, like that I have considered. Now let us go for plotting. Again just like simple bar, how you will do, take the data, make a bar over the rectangle bar. Same you have to go on doing here. So first bar what you have value as 20 for 2011. Okay. So 0 on you start, make a bar, and somewhere in on 20 exactly keep a line and make a rectangle bar. First bar you have obtained. Now let's go for the second value, 30 you have. Now 2012, 30, make a bar up to the value 30. Upside. This is regular, like how we will do simple bar diagram, like that. Now let us go for negative marking. Negative minus 10 you have. Simply the same bar you have to do, downside you have to do. So how to do that one? Downside minus 10 is here, right? So make a line downside and bar should come downside. That's all. Like reverse to the upside one, reverse downside. So I've got minus 10 for 2013. Next what we have, minus 20. So minus 20 again, somewhere minus 20 it will be here. So draw a line and make a rectangle bar downside. So that is how we'll do for deviation method. Up and down bars will be getting mostly, because of the differences, negative marking downside. Now you can check it out. Some profits, if you consider as positives, profits will be in 2011 and 2012 they got some profits, and some loss they got because those are in minus. Downside you got, like that. You can give the explanation to this particular graph. So this is how we'll draw the deviation bar diagram. Titles and all is the same how I have explained for your multiple bar diagram. The same years and on the x-axis, and remaining titles on y-axis. Original graph title deviation bar diagram on the title, upside title you have to give, and scaling also you have to do here. So this is how we'll do the deviation bar diagram. Okay, see you all in the next class. I hope you have understood all this bar diagrams concepts. Mostly you'll get for long type, like A bit you'll get one bar diagram, B bit bar you'll get some multiple bar diagram, like that you'll be getting from this unit. For sure one diagram you can expect from this unit. So I hope you have understood the concept. Okay, thank you.